So how's the tour been so far with Iron Kingdom?
Cool.
Good.
It's been good, yeah. We've just done like Seattle, Portland, Sacramento, Fresno, the Desert Metal Fest this year. So it's just like a West Coast rock. Those guys are from Vancouver, so it's been cool. They're young dudes, and they're like, they got their thing. It's good.
Yeah. So the new album's obviously gonna come out in January. So what do you have a title yet, or still working on it?
We had a title, but
You guys got signed to SPV Records, which, I think you saw them from like Iraq. So is there any American label or just you?
There is an American yeah, definitely.
You guys are obviously you see all the time. You see all these new labels on the heavy metal bands coming out from Spain, like Iron Curtain. Would you guys consider yourself part of that, or you guys just see that, you started this launch kind of like, you just...
Yeah, we're definitely part of it. I'm not gonna...
we didn't start it.
We didn't even know.
We didn't even know
that was going on. Yeah, we had no idea. We wrote the band, the songs, and started band just like to do 4 songs. That was our, that's it. And we sat on them. There is this whole scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's definitely cool to be a part of something, but a lot of we're not just a throwback band.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things about the band that are current, but definitely the old style of the music is what we love.
Yeah.
But I mean, our image too is not like we know that it's not 1982, and we don't need to go out there and look like it is, and try and pretend that it is, because it's not. But although the style and fashion and all that's really cool too.
Yeah. You guys are gonna have like spandex, like Saxon.
It's just like that's just kind of where we're at, But we're also not doing the old rocker thing where we have like affliction shirts and like bedazzled jeans and stuff,
Yeah.
Like we still know what's cool and what's hip, but we're not like hipster metal, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
We just wear what we feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
I will say when I first heard Night Demon, it sounded really fresh compared to what's going on, not I guess in the LA scene or surrounding areas, because everybody's either thrash or death metal.
Right.
Do you think that would kind of influence you guys to like say, hey, let's do something a little different?
I mean, we always like this kind of music, so it's natural for us.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, we always try to do something different in other bands that we've been in.
Yeah.
And now it's just come full circle to just like, hey, this is just what we like.
Yeah.
So it's
I get it.
It's just better to be like, hey, just play what you like and don't put so much pressure on yourself to try and be different and original. Like your originality comes out eventually in your music.
Yeah.
But there's like definitely, I think, I don't know. We're all tired of bands screaming at us. I mean, I love bands that scream, but it's like audiences, I think, in general, they want to hear something more melodic too.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, because there's so many great, like, harder bands.
Yeah.
Or there's so many great bands out there, but like then they give up on the vocals sometimes, And it's like it's an important part of it,
No. You kind of remind me of almost like Sean Harris from Diamond Head.
Oh,
when I first heard
thanks, man.
I don't know if you're aware of this guy, Elkie wore from Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, you kind of sound almost like, maybe not exactly like Elkie, but you had that gruffness to it, but then also you got that Sean Harris melodicness to it.
Thank you. Yeah, those are like my idols right there. So that's how that's what I want to do. Emulate. If you're gonna copy anybody, you should copy the originators.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys did a show with UFO in Europe on the European tour. Are you guys fan of like just like 70s rock, like whether it be like UFO, Thin Lizzy, all that stuff?
More so that than any 80s power metal or anything. We're not even really into the power metal really. I mean, we are like I like the later Riot stuff, and I know we kind of like I mean, I don't know. I like that first Hammerfall record. Like, I like stuff like that.
I like some Manowar.
I like, you know, Iron Maiden, Seventh Son, like Iron Maiden, Power Metal's cool. Yeah, Manowar.
Metal Church, maybe. Yeah, it's like the U.S. power metal stuff.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, that stuff's cool, but that's, like, not really our thing. And I notice a lot of heavy metal bands, like younger bands now, that's their thing.
Yeah.
They're all about that. And that's, I think, where we're a little bit different, which is not bad.
My biggest influence is all 70s heavy metal and 70s hard rock, you know. You know, all we're doing is that, but supercharged, you know.
Yeah. A guitar question. I noticed your left-hand guitar. Has that been any issues? Like you broke a string and you're just like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I just have to bring a backup guitar.
He broke a string in Spain, and Dusty had to do a drum solo. We're like, drum solo on the spot. So there's no like dead air in the audience, you know. So he had to change on the string because we only bring one guitarist to talk to Europe because of the budgets, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that definitely has an effect. You know, it's like if your guitar breaks, there's not likely there's going to be another left-handed guitar there. At the venue.
Also, you know, you have a new song you guys done live, The Howling Man. Are you guys fans of the Twilight Zone? And also, what about the Night Gallery?
I like Night Gallery. Actually, I was working with some people back in Ventura about doing a Night Gallery showing at a store, like on Halloween.
Yeah.
Last year. It didn't end up happening. But I'm friends with Ann Serling, Rod Serling's daughter. She lives in New York, and like we talk, and she just wrote a book, and I kind of helped her promote it, like around Facebook and stuff when she first started getting started. But yeah, Twilight Zone is like my favorite TV show ever. I'm glad you asked that question. I was watching Twilight Zone last night. Like we came home from tour last night, even though we're technically still on tour. We had to come home and rehearse some Metallica songs. Lloyd Grant, the first guitar player of Metallica, is going to play with us tomorrow night. Yeah. So, but anyway, so we went home and I watched Twilight Zone last night, even though I was tired. And I just watched like 2 episodes, and I thought to myself, I'm like, this is my favorite show of all time. You know? So it's good you ask that. Yeah, big Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I love the Twilight Zone. I always watch it. You know, I always watch it anyway. But you know, always when it's like, you know, the marathons, you gotta.
Dude, there's like cultural significance in Twilight Zone episodes. There's like they tackle some crazy issues for the time, you know.
Yeah.
Like you got to think about at the time that those things came out. You know, it's like some heavy thinking stuff. You know?
Yeah. Anyway, I know you're in a Black Sabbath tribute band. How did that come to being?
Just a friend's birthday, like 6 years ago. Usually on his birthday, he's like, "Hey, let's do a tribute band for my birthday." So he wanted to do Sabbath that year. So we did 3 shows. We did his birthday, and then like a house party, and then another bar, and it was really cool. So we did a couple big shows, and then we kind of let it die for a while. So I guess now it's just whenever we have the time, we do it.
Cool. What's your favorite Sabbath song to play live?
Oh man, see, we only do the Ozzy era, which is still cool. But I like After Forever. That's the funnest one on bass to play live. But I really like the Dio Sabbath era a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And here's a stupid question. I like to ask stupid questions. But whose idea was it to take pictures of drunk people at the Keep It True? Because that's just freaking hilarious.
Jarvis.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
The first drunk guy that we saw, you kind of had to take a picture of him, and then it just progressed from there.
Yeah, and then we've done it at other festivals too. We did a Muscle Rock in Sweden, So it's cool. Just like people get fucking wasted and they pass out, and you just got to get in that moment, Yeah. And like they'll, it's like my goal is I want them to find out later. Like, oh dude, the guy from like Night Demon's been was over my drunk ass, like spreading that shit around to the world.
Then, have you guys have a Spinal Tap moment yet, or?
Oh man, well, yeah, we did, in Sweden. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
We drove 6 hours in the wrong direction. We were supposed to go to the city called, was it Avesta?
Alvesta?
We were supposed to go to Alvesta, and we went to Avesta, which was in the center of the country, and Alvesta was like a...
But this was already after we were on the road for fucking 20 hours.
Yeah, we drove
straight.
from Belgium to Sweden, and it was...
20 straight hours,
Our driver didn't
pay
attention to the email.
So,
man, that sucks.
But so I guess there's not been too much crazy stuff, right?
No, that's about it.
Throughout our whole musical careers, there's been a lot of Spinal Tap moments. But in this band so far, knock on wood, like we know what not to do, I think, as far as like, you know, I'm not going to try a stage move I've never done before, you know, like I'm going to try and throw my guitar around my back or something like crazy like that, you know, like get locked up or, you know, the guitar goes flying. There's always those.
It may be pretty cool if you guys did Big Bottom with all the basses.
Yeah, that would be cool. I was in a band once I did that.
Oh yeah?
That's,
and here's a fan questions that I had you guys. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
This is from Cameron, and he asked, what's the best and worst thing about playing clubs?
The best thing is clubs are the best. I mean, those are the best shows. Even like the bands on the highest level, like if they could go back and do a club show, they would do it. Like, you know, because because the energy and the closeness of the audience.
Yeah.
But if you're talking like 21 and over, that's a big difference. Like, you know, we play a lot of 21 and over shows, but it's like here we're at the Riff House doing an all ages show today. Like, this is great. The all ages shows are way better. I know, but you know, it's like the all ages shows don't pay as well.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they do actually. Sometimes they pay more. You know.
Yeah.
So we don't do it for the money, but I'm saying I think a lot of bands might play a 21 and over place because it pays more and they need money or whatever. But and bars are always willing. They'll do a show on any night. You know. But like, you know, America is hard now for all ages because it's like everybody's cracking down. There's all these rules and all these things you have to have and, you know, all this shit, you know. So but it's been good. It's been good. Like, you have to. I've noticed that younger people nowadays, like, there's not as many bands. Like, when we were younger, there was more bands. Like, more people played music, you know. And now I notice that, like, it's not the same. The culture's changing. So the younger people that are involved or that want to be involved in music should be able to go to see the bands they want to see. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So
I'm just gonna change this guy's a little bit, but Robert asks, will the album be released on vinyl, CD, cassette, and 8-track?
Yeah, vinyl, CD, and digital, as most likely. I mean, like, that's if we were releasing it ourselves, we probably would do that. Not the 8-track, because nobody has. I mean, if that's gonna start becoming cool again, I'd give up, dude. You know, I mean, cassettes is one thing. That's cool. I get nostalgic about cassettes, but I mean, the 8-track, like, that was just not practical, you know. But anyway, yeah, it'll come out on vinyl, CD, and digital. I doubt that these labels the labels we're involved with would do a cassette just because they don't, you know?
Yeah,
not because it's a bad idea, just because they don't. And it's like, that's like more of a boutique-y specialty thing, which I do like that. But a lot of smaller labels, there's like tape-only labels now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, I've seen them, they sell like, you know, you can buy like a Walkman for like $10 from these places, you know? Yeah. And for those of you who don't know what a Walkman is, portable cassette recorder, you know.
Yeah.
And like when you buy your metal tapes, you know, so it's cool. And they look great. Like you know, the artwork on them and the tapes are solid colors and like, yeah, very cool stuff.
Yeah, I had a Handyman Walkman. Like, that's pretty cool.
Very cool stuff. And here's another thing too. You know, it's like we have a lot of limited stuff, as you know. We don't like that. You know, that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to make things like, we want all of our stuff to be accessible. The stuff is selling, and so we're gonna keep cranking that out. Like, we want the releases to always be available.
Yeah, because obviously you see some bands, you know, like New Wave from British Mountain, it's a perfect example. You see some great music, you can't find anything, or unless you want to pay a few $100.
Absolutely.
Then Bob asks, oh my gosh, can't talk. What is one place or show you would like to play, but haven't had a chance yet?
Dudes? One place that we would like to play but haven't had a chance yet? Japan. Really want to go to Japan. South America. That's more than one place.
Australia.
We're doing a full U.S. tour, so this is going to be cool. We're hitting basically like all the 48 states with Raven for 2 months. So that was the band. Yeah. So we're doing that for 2 months. It's going to be great. October, November. Looking forward to that. You know, I mean, I haven't traveled around the country in years, and like, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of ground to cover, you know.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to go to other scenes and stuff, you know.
And I think that's it. I'd just like to say, you know, thank you guys for your time. And
thanks.
And then, you know, just I know the show's gonna rule tonight, so
yeah, man,
we're awesome.
We're ready, dude.
Cool.
Cool.